Morning guys, welcome to the vlog. It is Monday and we're starting off the day. We're doing breakfast, you know, the same old every day. We have school we have to do. I want to catch you guys up on how this weekend went. Oh yeah, Riley's excited because this weekend she learned how to ride a bike without her training wheels. So we had a very low-key weekend. We didn't have like really any plans. I went to book club on Saturday, but the rest of the weekend was just like us hanging here. And so she's been on us forever about, can you take my training wheels off? Can you take my training wheels off? And we just haven't had like the right moment to do it. So Joe did that this weekend, took off the training wheels and then had her like in our front yard just trying to ride her bike. And she actually did super good. She started Saturday and she had already gotten the hang of it. And then yesterday she was already doing like multiple laps back and forth. So it was a big milestone and I'm like super proud of her for that and that she wasn't scared. It was more so me, like, am I prepared that she's gonna fall? Am I prepared that she's gonna get injured? Like, you know, we had kind of been putting it off for a bit. So now that she did it, now Jackson is like, I wanna learn. So maybe soon we'll like work with him so he can get that. And then yesterday, if my eyes look tiny, it's because I was sobbing last night. Joe randomly was like, there's a movie that I watched when I was little that I remember liking, like, do you wanna watch it? And I'm like, sure, like, that's fine, whatever. We sometimes do like date night movie nights here. He's like, let's watch Meet Joe Black. And I don't know if you guys have seen that movie. It's such an old movie. It's got Brad Pitt in it and Anthony Hopkins. And it's just old, but I had never seen it. Dude, that movie freaking wrecked me. I was like sobbing last night. We finished it super late. And I was like, why did you do this to me? So if you've seen it, then you know. But yeah, that was kind of traumatic. Other than that, I'm 23 and a half weeks pregnant. Let me close my cabinets. Yeah, 23 and a half weeks pregnant. I did go, I think the last time that I updated you on this pregnancy at all was I had gone to the MFM. They had told me that I had a short cervix. I did my whole short cervix update for you guys. And then I went the following week for an update to get remeasured. And at that appointment, thankfully, they told me that it was actually looking longer than the previous appointment. So for that reason, they were like, we're not gonna recommend that you do a cerclage. We don't recommend any like real intervention. They just told me to keep taking the progesterone. So I'm still taking the progesterone. And then they're still gonna watch me every 2 weeks. Like they're gonna monitor me every 2 weeks. So I go in this week and hopefully it's not getting shorter or anything. But I appreciate the prayers because I was like very nervous about that appointment. Why are you so cranky? This guy's like over here having some breakfast. He already ate his banana. You wanna go closer to your family? He's getting some teeth in, you guys, like majorly teething. So he's got like a drippy nose, but he's got his hands in his mouth and he's getting a bunch of teeth. Jackson, are you eating or are you playing with kinetic sand?
I'm also eating.
Also eating? And Riley's also eating. We're doing cereal for breakfast today. Very simple. Something on my to-do list for this week, not only is to clean out this piece of furniture, but I'm gonna order another one. I'm gonna see how it looks if I have 2 of these cabinets side by side because I need more storage for like that disaster that's on the floor of like homeschool stuff. When I had organized this, I had done a whole video on what's inside. So I'll try to link it down below if you are curious, but I need to just declutter it, get rid of stuff, and then create more space to put like the stuff that's like always hanging out here on my table also needs to go in like the second cabinet. So I'm praying that that works out. Yeah, I have a couple plans like that of things that I need to get online and order, get online and do. I have to also, I don't know how much I've shared about it here. Here in Florida, there's a scholarship that is for homeschoolers too. Like there's a homeschool scholarship that we applied for last year for Riley. And so she got it, which has been a huge help. Sean, again, in all my videos, all you're gonna do is hear him screaming. So we got it this year for Riley. It's been a huge help because that means that when I go to order her books and stuff, I get money from the scholarship. That helps with all of that. But I have to reapply for her. And then Jackson this coming year is the first year that he is eligible. So I have to get online, do all of that. But you know, all of that stuff requires like mental focus that I usually do not have when there are children around. So I have to see how much of it I can get done during the day. I may have to just wait until Joe gets home so that I can focus on that. But this is me telling you my to-do list that is in my brain. I should write it down. Hold on. Over here is really where I need to write my stuff down. I wrote all my stuff for last week, but I need to update my agenda for this week. Last week we also had, a cute field trip to the fire station. That was like the highlight of our Friday. We took the kids with our co-op and the kids got to see like the big trucks and they also got to like spray the hose, like the water that comes out of the hose, and they got to hold it. It was very cute. I also, you guys, this week I did groceries and it was the first time with all of this like bird flu, like egg shortage thing, where I tried to place an online Walmart pickup order, which I often do every week, and I could not get eggs. Like Aldi didn't have eggs, Walmart didn't have eggs. I had to physically go in person to Publix to get eggs, and the shelves were pretty barren. They had like just like the regular, no cage free range, like just regular standard cheapest eggs at Publix were like $5.64. And then I got one packet of those, and I got another dozen of like the free range eggs, which aren't even pasture raised. Usually I look for the pasture raised ones. Just free range, I paid $9.99 for 12 eggs. So how are the eggs where you guys are living? Is it also insane? I'm sure that there's places where it's even crazier. But yeah, hopefully that's like a short-term problem situation, because that's the kind of stuff that like my COVID trauma brings me back to. Like the shortages, the you need something and you can't get it, like all that PTSD that I developed from COVID, that is like where my brain is going to. So let me know how the eggs are, where you guys are at. And yeah, I'm gonna take a minute while the kids are eating to plan out my day, plan out my week. And then I also need to eat, so I'm gonna do that. And then we're gonna do school, and I'm not gonna really film school because I just filmed like a full homeschool day. So if you wanna see that, that was last week. There's a full dedicated video, but my day is gonna look very much like that in the morning. And then, yeah, then I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. All right, guys, it is, what time is it? It's 10:41. And to say that doing school today has been difficult, it's the understatement of the year. Sean, again, I told you he's teething. When he is teething or he is sick, he is miserable. Like, he is just so difficult, and it just makes everything else difficult. So we're literally having to do school here on this table with Riley. We're finishing up handwriting. But we did our read aloud, and it took me, I don't even know why I bothered, but it took me like, I think like 45 minutes probably just to get through one chapter. We're reading The Secret Garden. That is our new book that I'm reading to Riley. Jackson doesn't really pay attention. But I told you guys on Instagram, I forgot like how kind of traumatizing that book is. Like it starts off very sad and tragic, like this little girl, like the whole family dies. But we're reading that because I remember reading it in my childhood, and it's like a classic. So we did all the core stuff like math and language arts, spelling. We did our read aloud, doing handwriting, and that's probably all that I'm gonna be able to deal with today because of Sean's mood. Riley is doing her Bible verse handwriting. What's the Bible verse, Mama?
I am the good shepherd.
I am the good shepherd. So this is what it typically... Nice. So this is what it typically looks like by the end of homeschool. I've got to put all these books away. Sean has been obsessed lately with this book. I've had it forever, but the polar bear, what do you hear? And then it makes all the animal sounds. He makes me read this like 42 times a day, which I think is really cute. Somebody left the cabinet open, and he found something that he cannot eat. What do you think that is? You can't eat that. You want a snack? Do you want an apple? You want an apple? No. Here. He's like, no, I want this. Okay, I can maybe cut it up really tiny for you, okay? He's like, yes, please do that. Seriously though, it was not even like 9 o'clock, I don't think, and I had already had to put in my little loop earbuds. I bought these like, honestly, probably like a year ago. I bought them such a long time ago because they were supposed to help. They're supposed to help with like overstimulation and noise, because they're not headphones. They're literally just like these things that you put in your ear, and then it's supposed to be like noise reducing, help with overstimulation. And a bunch of people had recommended them to me like a year ago. Here I am a year later still needing them, obviously. And I, for a long time, you know what happened? I lost them. I lost the case because the case is tiny. It's like literally like this big. And I couldn't find them anywhere. And then recently I found them again, like when I was going through something, like a basket or something, and I found them. And I was like, that is awesome, because I obviously need them. And so I've been trying to be more mindful about using them. Oh, here you go. Yeah, Riley found the case for me. This is how small the little case is. Really, I need to find like a bigger place to store them. Plus like the color doesn't help. But I've been trying to use them more often as I feel myself getting to that point where I'm about to snap. And as I'm sure you're aware, just like the amount of noise in my house with the kids always here, like it's a lot. It's something I've always struggled with, is just being overstimulated. It's one of the reasons why I've reduced TV time and like the amount of time that my TV is on in the background, because I just can't handle it. And I know that it makes me much more irritable when I'm overstimulated. I'm much more, just like my temper is worse, and I am quicker to snap. And since I'm trying to go the non-medicated route, there was a period in my life where I got on, what was it, the medicine that I was put on? No, I can't even remember. Lexapro. I think I was on Lexapro for a little while when I was in Virginia, and I had just had Jackson. I'm trying to cope with the stresses of life and noise, the unmedicated route this time. And so I found that these do help in just, I don't know, it's like a weird way, like I can't describe it. It's like you put them in and I just feel safer. I feel cozier. I feel like it's just not as loud. And like I can still hear the kids. Sometimes like I push them in all the way. Sometimes I kind of don't, but it still reduces the amount of noise that I have to listen to. And like, it's not gonna make Sean not cry. Sean's still gonna cry and still have his stuff. The kids are still loud, but I don't have to hear it so much, and I don't have to be so affected by it. So if you're also, you know, dealing with that, again, this isn't sponsored. I bought this with my own money a long, long time ago. If you want to try them out, it's worth trying them. I don't think that they're very expensive. They're not $100. Like, it was something pretty affordable because I decided to try them. So yeah, try them out. If you use them already and you love them, let me know. But just a suggestion. You just crushed your chips is what just happened. Joe had been using Sean's little radio flyer outside and he left it inside. That was not intelligent. And so now the kids are playing with it. Are you having fun? Yeah. Okay, but we need to put that in the backyard. That is for Sean. You guys are gonna break it. But something I did want to show you guys. It's been probably like a minute since I showed you the playroom. I wanted to give you a little tour of kind of like the different stuff we have set up. Playroom organization and just organization in general, you guys who've been here for a long time. You guys know that for me especially, it's gonna always be a continuous process of like trial and error. We try things, we need to revisit things. I need to constantly be reevaluating systems based on the ages of the kids. I have to constantly be decluttering. So at no point, like when I show you something, is this like how it's always going to be. But there's been a lot of things that we're trying to focus on as a family. And then interestingly enough, when I went to book club on Saturday, the chapters that we read in our book, one of them was about like kids and chores, and there's so much that I could talk about there. But one of the things that was very like highlighted, I guess, is especially as a homeschool mom, especially when you have kids that are always home, like you need your kids to be able to help you. You need them to like be more independent, be able to clean up after themselves. But what can we do as parents to like help them help us, right? And I know that that's an area that I have struggled with for like a long time, and like I haven't done the best job at like setting them up for success in terms of cleaning and putting away their toys. If I have a hard time figuring out where do I put this, you can only imagine that these little kids, like they don't know where to put stuff away, or they have too much stuff to put away, and then it frustrates them when you tell them to clean up. Because that was something that I was chatting about, like how every time lately we tell the kids to put stuff away, like we just get hit with tons of whining and no, I don't want to do this, it's gonna take forever. And just, it's a battle every single time. So we've been doing a lot of just reflecting, trying to figure out like what little things can we do to make it so that when it's time to pick up, it's not so painful and everybody can do it and contribute. A lot of that has to do with minimizing. A lot of that has to do with putting away access to certain toys. We're having like a really big issue with Legos here for a minute, where like Legos was like, we didn't want to see another Lego for the rest of our life. Like it was such a pain point because the kids were leaving Legos all over the house. We were finding little parts everywhere. So this is like the stuff that we deal with on a daily basis over here. So I wanted to show you just some of the things that we've done in here. Again, I have not, since we did the playroom, I haven't bought any extra like organizers or cabinets. It's in my plan, but it's not in my budget, right? Like it's in my dream, but not in my wallet right now. So that will come hopefully, but for now, this is kind of what we've been doing, and I did some decluttering in here yesterday. So the kids have this little table, right? This is like the Lego station. We have their big bin of Legos. And they play on here, they leave a whole bunch of Legos out. If there's something particular that they're like building and they don't want Sean to mess it up, they know that they can put it in here. You see there's more Legos in here because this is that table that has like the little trays, the little bins under. So this is usually where they do Legos. They also have access to the train set. This is all the train pieces. And we just made this like more accessible because for a while the kids weren't playing with it because there was another bin on top of it of the magnet tiles. So they were just playing with the magnet tiles. So we had to look at like, can they even access the stuff that's out? So we did something to the magnet tiles, I'll show you in a minute, but they have access to train. This over here is Riley's little calico critter house. And then she has her calico critter like accessories and like all the little pieces in this bin. So she's been playing with that lately. This is the kids, like all their Tonys they keep here. They have a pair of headphones if they want to listen to it quietly, or they can just listen to it together. So Tony box has been like a big hit. Over here, this is more of stuff that like, if I want to set out for them, look at how loud it is, my lord. If I want to set out stuff for them, like the basketball hoop and the balance beam and their balance board, like all of this stuff is in the corner, but I obviously can set it up for them. I had to bring Sean in because he was losing his mind on the high chair. But he has access to a couple of his new like Christmas toys that he got, like some of these little people things, the bus and the car wash. Honestly, he really doesn't play with them a lot. I'm gonna be honest. Like he's just into like all of this stuff, like all of Jackson's stuff, all of the big kid toys. He would be perfectly fine with just big kid toys because the little people stuff, like, I don't know, maybe if that's the only toy he had, he would play with it, but it's not like his favorite thing. So that's just an interesting observation with baby number 3. So then in this bin, this is like extra like big cars that Jackson has, like big fire trucks. We have a dump truck. We have all kinds of cars that Jackson is always playing with. So I was tired of just seeing them thrown on the floor, so I put them in this little basket. And then Riley has some of her doll stuff out here, which needs to probably be better organized too. But it's not like a bunch of little things laying around, which is nice. And then this basket, this is where I put all of Jackson's cars. Every single like little Hot Wheels car and like the cars that we had out, we had monster trucks. They were in these little bins, but then half of them would end up on the floor. So I just took this big basket and I threw them all in there. And it just makes it a little less visually, you know, cluttered. So now when it's time to pick up, right, Jackson, you know where they go? Mm-hmm. Right in there. So again, just doing this for like aesthetic purposes, sure, but also so that he knows exactly where he has to put stuff away. And then we have a bunch of books, which I need to also just make it easier for them to know where to put the books and stuff. But these bins are basically like, we've got doll stuff here. Riley has doll stuff. These are a bunch of stuffed animals. There's a random creepy baby staring at me. This is a bin that has some of Riley's like Ariel dolls, and she has like some little figurines and stuff.
And mermaids.
And mermaids. In here are these like little magnetic blocks, which the kids like to play with, and they pretend like they make little Minecraft scenes and stuff. But all of those go in here, so now they know that this bin is for that. And then this is where I put magnet tiles. So we made 2 bins of magnet tiles. These are all the regular magnet tiles, like the basic plain magnet tiles. And then this is where we put all of the magnet tiles that are like people. Like we have some little magnet tile people or cars. We have these that they make little vehicles with. Jackson has the, what's it called? It's like a space shuttle one. So all of the other magnet tile accessories go in this bin. And then this is like a true random bin. Like we have one bin of just like random things, which we can continue to pare this down. And then in this cubby, this is all like sensory toys that Sean actually does like to play with. He likes like all those poppets and stuff. So little sensory play stuff. And then what else do I have? This is just some of Sean's like books, like the electronic books that like, you know, have songs and they touch and say stuff, whatever. Those books. We have Jackson's Avengers that I put in a little basket so they weren't thrown everywhere. This is superhero dress up stuff, but I think I'm gonna put that in the kids' bedroom. And then we have a couple more toys of Sean that are out here on display, but I can always like put these in the closet if I wanted to. We have a Nerf gun here for Jackson, a couple puzzles. But the goal here was just to at least have a designated spot for things so that they know where to put stuff away is basically what I'm trying to say. For a while there, I had gotten so like overwhelmed with the toys and overwhelmed with the cleanup time, and it was such a pain point that it was almost like counterintuitive. I was like, let me just put stuff wherever, literally any bin, anything, just hide it. I don't want to see it. But I think that was backfiring because then when it came time for like the kids to have to clean up, they would get frustrated because they didn't know where anything went, and they would have to spend mental energy trying to figure it out. So we're trying that, and again, like I can continue to look for cuter baskets and continue to find more cabinets and overhead storage, all of that. But that requires money, and that requires me going and shopping and buying things and figuring out what I want. So right now I've been in the mode of like, just use what you can, use what you find laying around the house. Like I had all those baskets here and other closets and stuff. But I know that for our sanity, especially with the baby coming, that's one area that we really as a family needed to work on and spend some time just figuring it out, because the kids are old enough now, especially, like they can clean up, and it shouldn't be such a battle every night when it's time to clean up. So if we can figure that out, that would be great for my mental state. And like the same concept goes for like their clothes, right? We talked about in our book club how like different systems that people have when it comes to their kids' clothes, and making sure that the kids have access, like they can reach their clothes so that they can help with the laundry and they can put stuff away. That's something that my kids have already started to help with. They help with laundry now. They help with, like, I'll tell them, put your clothes in the wash, put it to wash, or move it from the washer to the dryer. We're actually gonna try to do that today. I have a basket of like fresh, clean clothes. The kids can now help me put it in their drawers, or I'll have them lay stuff out, then get hangers, they put it back in their closet. But if all the kids' clothes, like if the hanging rack is like far out of their reach, then they can't put it back in their closet. And same concept with like the amount of clothes that they have access to, the amount of clothes in the drawers. When you have less clothes, like I know it makes sense, it's just sometimes hard to execute. Like the less amount of clothes you have to deal with, then it's like less energy you're spending managing things. And I'm at a point right now where I'm really over managing things and the amount of energy that it takes to just deal with stuff in my house. So it's a never ending just project, but it's something that I continue to work on. So give yourself some grace if you want to work on it too, and you're just like, I feel like I suck at decluttering. I feel like I suck at, you know, just downsizing, and like I'm a hoarder, I have too much stuff. Like, hi, welcome to my channel. I too am probably still a hoarder, and I'm just trying my hardest to work on it. So there's your little pep talk for the day. I'm gonna try to get all of this area cleaned up again, reset, because it's almost lunchtime. We'll do a little house reset, and then we'll eventually move upstairs, because I do have clothes that I have to put away. The kids also want to go outside at some point today. So we still have plenty of day ahead of us. It's 11:11. It's actually earlier than I thought. I'm like, wow, it's almost lunchtime. We still have a while to go, so it's gonna be a long day, long day. All right, it's officially lunchtime, thank the Lord. We're gonna do lunch and then take a break. But I wanted to show you today for lunch, everyone is having something different, because we're doing a giant like fridge clean out, and it's Monday, right? So I had a bunch of leftovers from like later last week. So this is Sean's plate. Sean is having, this was like a P.F. Chang's fried rice that we did for dinner one night, like the freezer meal, whatever. He likes it, it's got veggies, and then he has one croqueta, and he has some strawberries. And then Jackson is having croquetas, because the boys like croquetas, Riley doesn't. He's got strawberries and some like little Aldi puffs. And then Riley is having some steak, and then she'll put teriyaki sauce on it. Jackson doesn't love this, but she does. So she's having that, some chips, and some strawberries. So even though their plates are different, like it's a way to get rid of stuff that's been in the fridge, clean that out, and not have the food go to waste. So everybody, food is ready. Okay, I got Sean down for his nap. This is when I'm just gonna take a break. I do have my beautiful chair of clothes. Like Joe did laundry last night, and then this is where all my clothes just sits until I get a chance to fold it. So instead of waiting 52 days to actually get to this, I'm gonna try to hang it all up now. It's not that bad of a pile. So I'm gonna take care of this task. These are pajamas. And then Riley and Jackson are in their room. They wanted to come up today during quiet time. Usually, like for Sean's nap time, they're downstairs, they're playing. But today they said they wanted to like just tidy up. Riley said she wanted to tidy up her room. So I was like, absolutely, let's encourage that. She's in there, and she has clothes also to fold. So I told her, can you please try to put away this clothes that was in the hamper? But then I peeked in there like a minute ago, and she had taken everything out of her drawer, put it on the floor. She's like, I needed to like take everything out so I could organize. So I don't know, I'll have to obviously go supervise them. But point is, like, I'm trying to encourage more chores, more of them helping, like I said earlier in today's vlog. So that's one of the things that now Riley can help me with. It's not that I expect her to do all the laundry all the time, but at this point, like, she should be able to sort out like where all her shorts go. Like, put a pile, like even if she just creates little piles of shorts and shirts and like stuff so that it's easier for me to put it away. That's a big help. You know what's actually the biggest help is when you inside out the clothes. That way I'm not spending 10 minutes just like inside outing the clothes. Yeah, I'm gonna do that, this one productive task, and then I am tired. Like, I'm sure you can tell by how winded I am in all of these vlogs. I'm tired, so I think I'm gonna try to give myself just permission to rest too after I get this done. I started watching Night Agent over the weekend. I think I'm 2 episodes in, so I'm gonna try to just watch that on my iPad and just lay down for a minute, enjoy some me time, because it's very few and far between. So yeah, I will talk to you guys in a bit, see what the kids are doing. Someone is awake from his nap, but I hear sadness. I don't hear him happy. Riley came in to say hi to him and he was not thrilled. Hey bud! But his teeth are hurting him. Oh no. No, it's just he had his hand in his mouth. Poor buddy. Anyway, Riley has been really helping me here today in her room. Yes, you guys were both good. You both helped Mama. Riley sorted all that laundry, and then before there used to be 3 piles. There was a pile of Riley's clothes, this is Sean's, and that's Jackson's, and she put away all of her clothes and hung up her clothes. So I'm really proud of you, Mama.
Thank you. Are you
Thank you. Did you do anything? No. Well then, why am I going to be proud of you? But thank you for staying quiet in here. You did a good job at being quiet. What do you want to play? A tiger? A zebra? This is a puzzle, Gordo. There's a few little random toys that we keep in here in the kids' room so that they have something to play with. And this is one of them. These, I've had these forever. The Melissa and Doug, like, chunky puzzles. He doesn't really do the puzzle, but he likes to grab the animals. Look, lion. There you go. Lion. Jackson, it's time to do some of yours.
But I'm trying to make my house.
I know, but you still gotta help me.
Riley did not inside mine, but she inside out because I kind of wanted mine to be quick.
Jackson, it's okay. I'm gonna make piles, and then you're gonna put it away in the drawers.
I folded mine, and
those will hang up. So yeah, I folded now Jackson's clothes, and he can put them away in the drawers. So little by little, we'll get there.
Whoa! Done. These are empty.
Yeah, it's empty because Mama hasn't done laundry. You can move Sean's pile of clothes. I'm going to take that to his room.
Jackson, because
yeah, perfect. Okay, thank you so much. You're going to break her house. Be nice. All right, keep going. Hey, let's go. But yeah, this nap time was actually really good because what I really had originally wanted to do today during nap time was film a video. I had put on my to-do list that I was going to film a video. I wanted to do a video for you guys on like my weaning journey with Sean and stuff. And so normally that is what I would have been doing during nap time or quiet time. Then if I do that, then again, it's at the expense of any downtime for me. And then it's like I never stop working, right? It's like I'm doing school with the kids in the day, managing the house. Even through their nap time, I'm working on like work stuff for me. And so I can get to the end of the day and feel like I just never stopped working. I never took a break. So today I let myself take a break and it was nice. I finished the episode of Night Agent, which was good, and then I've been reading like a little devotional on prayer, which has been good, and then I was kind of productive. At least I put away some clothes, so a little bit of everything, but most important to today was me resting a bit, and so I feel good. All right, it's a little later. We've been outside playing. The kids were outside, which was good. I finally brought Sean in because then he stuck his hand in a pot of dirt, so I'm giving him a little smoothie. I had to rinse his feet, his hands. I finally turned on Blippi. I was trying to wait as long as I could today, but that's gonna entertain him while he has his snack. And then I was outside and I rearranged my couch because before I had like the long piece of the couch this way. And the problem was, you guys, the problem was there is a bird who has built a nest up here, a pigeon. She keeps pooping all over my furniture because again, like the sectional, like the couch was like over here. So all around this space, there's tons of bird poop all the time along that column, which I hate. So I don't know why it had never occurred to me before, but today when I was out there, I'm like, okay, cannot move the bird per se, but I can move my furniture. And so it felt like, I don't know, like the Lord was trying to teach me something in that moment of like, maybe I can't change the exact circumstance, but I can change, you know, how I respond to it. And so like I did my part in moving the furniture, and I actually think I like it better this way. My couch cushions need to be pressure washed, but the other day on the weekend, Joe took out our pressure washer. Now, of course, my battery is dying on my tripod, but we have a gas power washer, and we took it out so he could do the rugs, so he could do the cushions, and it wouldn't start. So another thing in my house that doesn't work. Great. But anyway, it was nice because the kids were out there. Riley got to ride her bike, which she is still going to do for a bit. Are you done with that, Gordo? You can't figure out like how to like squeeze out more. But yeah, there's still some more in there. All right, guys, it is 5:30. I've been over here prepping dinner because Joe's on his way home. I've got veggies prepped over here. So we're doing like parsley potatoes and green beans. I think, yeah, the oven is finally heated. So let me put these in there. And then to go with it, I'm having these Kevin's meals. I don't know if you guys have had them before. They're very decent. So I have 2 of these chicken marsala. I think that'll go well with what I made. And then the other thing I've been doing with like almost all of our meals, honestly, is I get this little baguette, sometimes at Walmart. This one was from Aldi. And then I'll slice up some little pieces of bread and like make a bread bowl, like, you know, like you do in the restaurants. It's so cute because then I serve it with olive oil and with balsamic vinegar, like if we are in a fancy restaurant, which we are not. But Jackson now loves that. Jackson, like if I serve the bread without the oil, he's like, where's the oil, mama? And he likes like the process of like dipping the bread in the oil. Whatever, it just adds like a little something extra to our meal. That's gonna be dinner. You're already mad? Like, have you had 5 minutes today where you have not been mad? No? He just finished an apple. Then I put him in the high chair to have a bar, which it looks like he did not like it because some of it is on the floor. Are you all done? All done? How do you do all done? It's like, get me out of here. The kids have been cleaning, so the house looks pretty decent for when Joe comes home, and you have a couple dishes that we gotta do. Okay, I'm gonna get you now. All in all, it's been a pretty good day. I'm trying to think of what I didn't get to do today, as far as things that I had planned on doing. I have to do that thing for the scholarship, but I need to like get Jackson's birth certificate, I think. I don't know, like there's documents that I need to provide. So I couldn't do that. Maybe later today, when the kids go to bed, I can film that weaning video. This is Riley. Okay, I can help you. Okay, we've been over here working on
60 packs.
Valentine's because not only is there like regular school like co-op doing a Valentine exchange. I told you I bought like all the crunchy candy for that. But then we signed up for our like more social co-op. They were doing a Valentine's Day exchange. So they're like, you know, let us know if you want to participate. And we said yes. And then later on, we come to find that there are 57 kids in the swap. So I had to do something really easy for that because I had to get like 57 Valentines for Jackson, 57 Valentines for Sean. Babe, can you get this little child here at my lap? So we've been over here. I'm helping her write her name so that she doesn't have to write it like 60 times. Hey. Here you go, little buddy.
Oh, he wants to say hi to his guys.
I know he wants to say hi to the guys, but he also wants to like just like destroy all the things. Hey, no, Sharpies, no. Cookies, no. Go play with Dada. Yeah?
He doesn't want to play with
Dada is so fun. Look, he's like, I just want the cookie.
What is Sean's candy, Mommy?
Sean is not participating in the exchange. Sean.
Oh no, I got it on me.
It's okay. So yeah, that's what we're doing here as we try to kill time because it is not yet bedtime.